Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Captain Forrest here, and in today's video I'm going to be power scaling John Stewart from DC Comics. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also, huge shout out to the HQ squad, massive shouts to the team, massive shouts to Slick. He was a huge help in this video, so huge shout out to the team and Slick. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about John Stewart and some of the feats that he's performed over the years, and then I'm also going to talk about Godstorm Stewart, talk about his scaling, and then talk about some things that he brings to the table. So, some noteworthy feats and accomplishments that John Stewart has shown over the years was when John was able to hurt Dr. Polaris. This very same Dr. Polaris is able to tank strikes from Hawkgirl's mace, which is pretty impressive. Her mace, for those who are unaware, it's made out of nymph metal, and nymph metal has some pretty good scaling of its own. John was able to hurt and also overpower Eradicator Superman with his constructs. Keep in mind, this very same Eradicator was able to go at it with Superman and even hold his own against a bloodlusted Superman, which is pretty impressive. John has shown to carry creation level constructs with bullets made out of 10th metal. John has shown to one-shot an amped human flame. Another impressive feat was when John was able to tag Flash with his construct despite Flash running at good speeds, and that's also a good speed feat for John Stewart as well, being able to tag him too. In post-crisis, John Stewart and Kyle Rayner, whilst under the control by Parallax, do battle with each other, and John was able to take on Kyle and do pretty well. Lastly, another impressive feat for John was the time when he faced against the Justice League and defeated them. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, John Stewart was able to intercept and tank the Godstorm, which is stated to be the end of everything, and contained it within him, and because of that, John was touching the Source. John also has a conversation with an avatar of the Source. The avatar of the Source explains that John, with this Godstorm amp, is directly linked to the Source, and was the only John Stewart out of all other versions of himself to ever accomplish such a feat. Another remarkable showing for John. In the Justice League 2018 issue 75, we see John Stewart with his newly acquired power assist the Justice League and the Justice League Incarnate. In their battle against the Dark Army, he was able to protect Batman from a sneak attack from Amped Necron, and he also was able to summon powerful constructs that represent the heroes in the Justice League, which is pretty impressive. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to some of John's versatility with his ring. He's shown to create other replica constructs of superheroes to fight multiple enemies. He's shown to tactically use his constructs, such as placing goggles on Sodomyot's eyes. He can create weapons, such as a minigun construct, and fire bullets from them. He can create hands and fists and knuckle dusters to punch his opponents into next week. John Stewart has shown to fire large area of effect attacks and green explosive blasts from his ring to tag multiple foes. This dude's sniper accuracy is built way too different. He literally shows that he is so keen with his accuracy, he was able to snipe a weak spot on the Omega Titan, resulting in the Titan getting one shot. Very impressive. He can create barriers and shield constructs for defensive means. He can also create restraints to bind his opponents and also seal them inside a construct. He can also cover his body with a green construct as a suit of armor. He's also shown attack reflection. He can reflect back attacks via his constructs, and the energy that comes from their concussive blasts can also atomize things down to a subatomic level. So he's got some subatomic arguments in terms of like his Green Lantern energy blasts, which is pretty impressive. Lastly, Godstorm Stewart can also do a pretty cool thing with his new powers. He can also manipulate hypertime, literally kind of similar to like Dr. Manhattan. He can literally manipulate hypertime itself. He can affect the flow of time. He can just bring people back into existence by using time itself and tapping into hypertime, which is very fundamental in DC. Okay, so just to summarize things and break things down really quickly. If you guys haven't seen my Dr. Manhattan video, I go into a lot of detail about the DC cosmology. I may even make a DC cosmology video just to make it more coherent, so there's like a reference point so that people can always go back to. but I highly recommend checking out my Dr. Manhattan video. I go into detail about the cosmology, but where exactly John Stewart should scale. He should easily scale to the source wall, or the antimatter universe, or you can even argue for Godstorm Stewart even being like above creation pretty much, so he'd be like somewhere in the greater omniverse, but he'd be pretty powerful. He's easily above creation. He has like creation level scaling himself, so he's very powerful. I've gone over the transcendences and what transcendences you use based off the levels and how high you have DC as a whole in terms of the cosmology, and also coming down to your own interpretations of the verse. So easily, John Stewart and even Godstorm Stewart easily have some really good scaling. They range from Altiversal plus, High Altiversal plus, Boundless plus, Extraversal. Depending on what arguments you use, he's easily above baseline Extraversal, if not infinitely into the tier, a lot of layers into the tier. Very good AP stuff for John Stewart and the scaling he has brought to the table. Speed easily immeasurable to irrelevant. Really good speed stuff. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed my video, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. It's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.